Welcome in, La Mikey. We're going to get started in just 2 minutes and 45 seconds. That's a sinister laugh, if you couldn't tell. Rogue Planet begins in just about a minute. Hello, Rogue Radio. Bomb Media. Hello, my friend. It's going to be a good episode tonight.
Mayday! Come in! If anyone can hear me, my starship has been pulled into the anomaly. I find myself in a strange new world. It is a world with no sun, no stars. It is a world of anime. Comics. Here we go! Gaming. Movie. This world is the Rogue Planets. With your host, Fat Mantis HD.
Hello and welcome to Rogue Planet. I am your host, the Fat Mantis, now in HD. And we are here with another spine-tingling episode of Rogue Planet, where we discuss fandoms, interviews, analysis, and everything, all the news that's fit to print for nerddom. And we're going every week I take a different fan of something and we discuss their particular fandom. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm usually a fan of that fandom as well, so it makes for some great conversation. Now, before we get started, I would like it if you liked, shared, and subscribed to this YouTube channel, or you followed us on Twitch, or whatever app you're checking us out on. Just give us that love, please. Now, I'm here with a very special guest. It is a voice actor, game show host, and just all around amazing person, Bomb.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hello, Bomb. How are you tonight?
Pretty damn great. How about yourself, Mantis?
Oh, I'm living the dream. Over in chat, we've got Mama Danny. What up? Hello, Mikey's up in this piece. Yeah, we got Rogue Radio and much, much more. So I snuck you on really because I miss you as a friend and I just kind of want to chat with you.
Hell,
So very recently, I have become obsessed with something. And the only reason I found out you were obsessed with that same thing is that I asked you if you were in it because I thought I heard your voice in it. Right? So what are we talking about?
we are talking about the Backrooms. More specifically, this time, Backroom Pitfalls. And I watched it as soon as you told me, and I might have been cloned. I'm not sure yet.
His voice, it is uncanny that it was you. And I assumed, like, I know how they do that. You know, these are all indie film projects throughout YouTube. And I just assumed you do a lot of voice acting. So I assumed that they might have hired you for that.
Yeah, no. This is my first time ever hearing about it, let alone me being in it.
So Mikey says he's only 16 and he made everything on Blender. So I don't know if you knew this, Mikey. Time moves. So you may have met him when he was 16, but that was years ago and he has aged up. Right? Mikey could be talking about the director. Right?
Maybe.
But so that's Kane Pixels. His real name is Kane Parsons. Very talented guy, and we're going to get into him and what the Backrooms are. And I'm just wondering in the chat, who is a fan of Backrooms? Who knows what that is? Yes, he's talking about the new YouTube stuff. Okay, yeah. So I'm sorry, I thought he was talking about you, Bomb.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely 16 over here, y'all.
But do you realize when we all met on Spoon, you were super young?
I had just turned 17. Turned 17.
And so when he said that, I thought that he was bringing back that old chestnut.
Yes, I am still a fetus. I am the fresh out of the womb, surprisingly not aborted fetus.
So Matt says, I have no idea what the Backrooms are. So Mama Danny says, I love the Backrooms. So the Backrooms is in the realm of creepypastas, right? So the Backrooms originally started on a message board, actually 4chan.
Oh, really?
Right. And so, yeah, and it was really somebody posted the original picture of the original picture that spawned the Backrooms phenomenon. Right. So they posted this creepy picture, right? And in it basically it was in a 4chan forum to try. They said use just 2 sentences in the caption and put up a creepy picture and try to scare us. And this kid puts up just an empty office room with this nasty yellow wallpaper. And it reads, if you're not careful and you no clip out of reality in the wrong area, you'll end up in the back rooms where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering nearby, because it sure as hell has heard you.
And after that, it just seemed to grow and grow, seemingly becoming an overnight success, thus
Yes.
spawning hundreds upon hundreds of more rooms, an official website even where they keep track of every single last one of the rooms, similar to, in my mind, it's always been similar to SCP.
Yes, yes, we're definitely going to talk about creepypastas and SCP with all that. RM says if you work in an office, it's basically your worst nightmare. And actually, when recently there was a really great horror show. Well, it's more of a thriller, but I consider it a horror show about an office, about an evil office called Severance.
I have yet to watch it.
You should really check it out. It's mind numbing and insane. But they said I was reading about it, and they were saying that they based so in the thing, the people work in this weird office building where there's just endless space. So like you'll go into a massive room and there'll be four desks and they'll all be pushed together, and the people are working there instead of anywhere else. And they said they use the back rooms as inspiration to create that creepy feel. Because like the Backrooms is based off the concept that empty space, particularly like in man-made spaces, scares the hell out of us. Right? Like if you stare into an empty classroom long enough, you'll be like, where are the children?
Empty school, empty hospital, etc.
Oh yeah, empty hospital is totally terrifying, right?
We all remember the start of The Walking Dead.
Yeah. What imagine walking into a hospital and no one would be there. That would be so frightening. And so Lamikey has put up the quote that spawned this all. So this has become a viral sensation. Like, see, the thing is, what's interesting is very few singular creepypastas have exploded like this. I don't know if you consider SCP a creepypasta, but it definitely, like SCP,
exploded like this, yeah.
Yeah, SCP started as just like one file, and I think it was Reddit when they put a file. I actually think the first SCP was I believe it was the statue. You know, the one that you have to keep looking at,
yeah.
I think that was the first file that someone put a fake file into the chat about the statue, and then people started just going from there. Like other people started making other files for the SCPs,
and here we are.
So we have all sorts of YouTube's channels dedicated to it, right? We have all sorts of it's crazy, SCP. And now what's interesting is how I discovered Backrooms. So there's a channel called the Infographics Show.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
And they have like side channels that they use the same animation, but they like have different people. And they have an SCP explained. And then they just recently came out with a new channel called Backrooms Explained. And I didn't know what this was. I was like, what is this? And I watched their videos, and I felt like their videos didn't do it justice, so I had to hunt down the real videos. And I have to say, like, so which brings us to Kane Pixels, right?
Yeah.
So Kane Pixels is a YouTuber, and he's a kid who's in college for like special effects and stuff.
Does damn good job too.
Yes, and so he did the first 10 of these videos, where the first one is just about a kid who it's a found footage video where a kid gleeps out of existence and appears here. And it was great. It creeped me the hell out. This kid is like a teenager at the time when he made it.
And it is absolutely stunning what a college student who can do with this shit. Oh yeah, this is just a random 4chan post that suddenly blew up. Let's make it into a godly tier horror video.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what's cool, well, one, I'm always waiting for his new ones. Like I think his last video was 10 days ago. And so he's continuing his own story. But what's interesting is other people started making their versions of Backrooms. Right?
Yeah.
And so people, and he didn't, no one owns the copyright because it was already, it was free information put on 4chan. So people would just have the right to just work with it. And people were making all these found footage videos. They've got scientists going in and out. They've got you finding different rooms, different traps, different monsters. It's become its own thing.
And it seems like you can't go anywhere on YouTube or most of social media without seeing at least a meme displaying that iconic image of a disgusting yellow wallpaper in a blank office.
See, this would be the worst fear. So I got to tell you, when I was a kid, I feel like I have always had the fear because I'm all into other dimensions and stuff. When I found out about other dimensions, I always had the fear that I was going to wind up in another dimension.
Oh, really?
Have you not had this fear? Is this just
No,
is this a Samantha thing?
I've thought about it, but it's never really been a fear for me. Now I might.
Well, I think because whoever posted it, he didn't create no clipping, the concept of no clipping, right? So like,
No, of course not.
obviously the phrase is from video games.
Yes,
But
clips through any solid space in either behind it or to some completely other area.
right, so you either get stuck between furniture or you end up on a part of a board that you're really not supposed to be in. But like the idea that people could just suddenly wink out of existence into another dimension has always been a great fear of mine. Like hovering over my head. Like I'll wake up and be like, am I in the same dimension?
I mean, who knows? You could wake up tomorrow. My name's not Bomb. My name's Bongo or some shit.
Right. Imagine if everyone started calling you Bongo. You'd be kind of flipped out, right?
That'd be weird. Yeah.
Mikey says the idea that you could just no clip and instantly be stuck for life. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And so I never thought of something like this being the worst fear. Like, I don't know. Do you hear about these dimensional stories?
Every once in a while, not often.
Like, there's like a woman who there's several people who swear these types of stories, but like she woke up and she worked in the same office, but in a different department. And her boss was someone she never met. And like parts of her life were just totally upside down. And like the guy she was dating was a guy that she broke up with months earlier. And she had a totally different boyfriend. But like her old boyfriend still remembers them being together. And so she's just in another dimension and she's never solved it. And this is about a decade now.
I think there was one story about like in the early 1900s of a man just randomly appearing on a sidewalk, and then they found a weird driver's license on him stating he was from some random country in 1944.
Right. I think I know this one. Yes, I've heard cases of people speaking completely different languages, and then when they're able to like muster in what little English they can gather, they're basically like they're talking about countries that we don't know to exist.
Yeah, exactly. I think there was this one man on a plane who was doing the exact same thing back in I want to say 2012. It was sometime recently.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking completely different language. He had IDs and papers from places that did not exist, and he just randomly appeared on the plane. Nobody saw him go through TSA security.
From or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
And he ended up vanishing. Him and his documents. They took his documents and they put him in a vault.
Oh, yeah.
And they had him under armed guard, and he disappeared that night. And so did his documents.
Yep, right out of his hotel room that the police were keeping him in.
And so Danny has that fear. Mama Danny still has that fear. That you could just end up in another dimension. I feel you on that, Mantis. I used to think at the end of the night I'd slip through something different. Yeah.
Imagine like accidentally dropping your phone behind your bed. You reach down to get it, and all of a sudden, oh shit, your room's made of lava.
I mean, that would be worst case scenario. Although here's the thing, I think I might rather the lava than ending up here in the Backrooms.
Well, the thing is with the Backrooms is there are nice levels. Even the first level isn't necessarily hard, considering the new version of it.
Yeah, so it's so funny. Rogue Radio is literally on my wavelength. She was just bringing up the green children who spoke their own language. Yeah, so in France, this was like in the 1800s or something. 2 green children came to a village. And the people were like, what is going on? This is crazy. These kids are aliens or demons or something. This is the 1800s, so not a lot of tech back then. And the kids are basically like, we come from a village, but our village, and they're speaking broken French. They were like, but our village is under the ground. We live in a subterranean village. Everyone lives in subterranean villages. And they're like, what? And the Frenchmen went out there to try to find this village, and they were never able to find the village. And the children ended up just living with them. They took the kids in. And so the town in France became famous as the town that has the two green kids. And actually, the girl was able to marry and have children with like a normal human. I mean, obviously she's a human.
Were the kids green though?
They were green. They had a green tint to their skin.
Which would be
you're saying her children? I don't know.
Yeah, her children.
But actually, people know their bloodline. Those people are kind of famous themselves. That they're like, yeah, I had a great grandmother's green. I mean, that's weird.
Just imagine if those kids were still green today.
That would be hysterical, man.
They would be being dissected or some shit in this day and age.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, in the 1800s, they didn't have like stories of like UFOs or whatever. They didn't know what that really. Obviously, it wasn't as bad as nowadays, right?
Yeah, no I think, random sightings, and even if there was a sighting, who would you tell without seeming crazy?
Yeah, right. But nowadays, we jump to the conclusion that everything's an alien, right?
Oh yeah, that pigeon outside that's staring at me weird. That's either a camera or an alien.
Mama Danny says green alien Sam.
Would you be more scared though of green people living under your feet or no clipping into another dimension?
Oh,
think about that for a second.
Wait, hold on. If I found out that there was a subterranean town under my town of green-skinned people,
exactly,
that is certainly scary. That is very scary. But I'm saying no clipping into like another dimension, I think is less scary. Because you can make if your world that you jump into is like Earth, you can kind of make your life there, right?
True.
But like that's another problem. That's another problem with the back rooms. You can't make a life in the back rooms. Like you're perpetually trying to figure a way out, right?
Yes, but I know there are some cases like level 4. There's a fan made. At least I think it's a fan made level. Level Smiley Face. It's basically a utopia where people live.
See, and this is what's interesting. So many stories and videos have been made about the back rooms that it would take a long time to learn them all. So I feel like every day I'm watching another video that teaches me about a different level. Right?
Same.
Which is cool. I love that. I love content that I can just like bite into. And so Matt is still unsure. So I think that I am going to play, some tidbits from some of the videos.
This will be fun.
And so I love Kane Pixels, his whole work with the Async, the Async Corporation.
Yeah.
With the guys in the suits, the guys in the hazmat suits.
Yeah.
And so here I'm going to put up a real a clip of the original tale. No audio. Let's share this bad boy. So, guys, this is footage from the original The Backrooms movie. And although that picture did like stimulate a lot of talk and chatter and stuff, this picture right here, and actually let's rewind that real quick. So it starts off, these kids are making a fan movie. They're making like a student film, right? And the cameraman trips or whatever. He's backing up and he trips. And suddenly he's in this weird place. Right?
And his friends are traumatized forever.
Yeah, because they're like, where did our boy just go? Right?
Exactly.
And so the concept, Matt, is that you go to this place, and these hall rooms are infinite. Although apparently there's other types of hallways and elevators and things you can take. But it's an infinite office building. And it's all about mood. The horror of the concept is that it's all about mood. You're listening, and occasionally you hear weird things, right? Man, I'd rather have green people than snap out of reality. That girl, I think her name, I forget her name. I used to know her name. That girl, the first case I brought up, she ended up readjusting to society. Like, her life wasn't completely ruined. Obviously, that's traumatic, right? But her new world, our world, was close enough to her world that she was able to adjust. So I think if my new world was that, that's fine. But this, I wouldn't even know what to do with this.
Well, luckily you're reading up on it now, so if you ever do go there, all you gotta do is follow what you remember.
Yes, the survival. People put up YouTube survival guides if you ever find
Oh yeah.
yourself caught in the back rooms. Went on a boat one day, and later on, I learned there's an underground city in the area I was in my hometown. Oh, really?
Oh really?
Oh, it looks
I
like
need to I need to know your hometown. I need to go there.
well, yeah.
That
Don't
sounds
worry.
fun.
We estimate probably about next week. Rogue Planet should have Rogue Radio on, and she's going to tell us all about this kind of stuff.
Oh, I will be there.
Oh, Matt, you didn't mess up anything. No way. No way. You know, I enjoy doing this stuff. And so before I go any further, we'll so I don't just keep playing one video, we'll, I'll show that like, it's good that, so Async Research is the corporation that keeps exploring this other dimension, right? And so they're all done like found footage, like as if it's a real corporation, and it takes place in the 80s. So they all have camcorders. They're sending these guys in hazmat suits with camcorders into this other dimension.
Which, let's be honest, that's impressive to do. Be able to no clip consistently with a hazmat suit and a camcorder.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that would be awesome. So it's like dimension hop. Yes, here's what it is. It's dimension hopping, but you can never leave this building.
Unless you get to another room.
Yeah, and like even when you leave the room, like I feel like people don't really leave the. Like here we go. So here's some hazmat.
People will never leave the back rooms, but you can leave said specific level.
Yes, and so right now most of them are this level right here, but people have made videos about other ones. Like particularly, I like the pool rooms.
My least favorite is level 7, which would be, for those of you who do not know, is a completely underwater level with a giant monster, and the only way you get out is dive deep enough and get past said sea monster. Or you can go off and get eaten by cannibals.
Yeah, the ending scared me so bad my boy got snatched. Yes, and so I got to tell you guys, so there is a monster. Spoiler alert, in the original Backrooms movie, there is a monster or creature. People call them entities, and it starts chasing the kid with the camera.
Yes.
And so and it's making this horrible, crazy noise, right? And what I find really interesting is somebody slowed it down. Have you heard about this?
No, I actually haven't.
Somebody slowed down what the monster was saying, because if you slow it's distorted. It's speaking English, but it's distorted, and the people have slowed it down. And what the creature is yelling at the boy is, "No, wait, come back, please come back, don't run away."
Oh, that's right.
It's so creepy. And after you hear that, the next time you watch that original video, I promise you're going to hear it in those screams. And so the question is was the entity stuck in the back rooms too? Like, is it a creature that just got stuck here as well? Are all the creatures who just got stuck here?
That is the question, because some of said entities look like actual human beings, or not human beings, but actual beings. Like some can be a resemblance of humans. No one knows what a smiler looks like because all you see are its eyes and smile. Hounds are hounds.
Right. Hounds are like some other dimension where humans, something horrible happened to human evolution, because they are like part human, right?
Yeah, they're basically humans with humans with dog bone structure and behave like mange hounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy. Yeah, so it's like it is, and so the question is this hell? Is this a dimension of hell? And so Rogue Media says that this needs to be a video game. Rogue, they've actually made several video games, not
fan-made games. I believe they're actually making a AAA title based on the Backrooms, which I think would be absolutely amazing.
That would be absolutely. You know what it is?
CD Projekt Red to make this shit.
I want to see a Backrooms video game. I don't want to see a Backrooms professional movie. Because I know they're just going to screw it up.
True.
You know? And
Yeah.
so,
Now imagine if it was like a game though, where it's a multiple choice game. That would be amazing. You can choose whether to leave level 0, which for those of you who do not know is the level we've been looking into recently.
yes. So we've all been looking at level 0. Actually, like, check this out. This is pretty fascinating. Because what it is if you go, the longer you go, you eventually start meeting up with different types of rooms, different types of office. Hello, public friend. How are you? But I understand there is Roblox. Yeah, there's Roblox back room, right?
If I'm not mistaken, it is official now. There is a Roblox level, and it's in the hundreds, if I'm not mistaken.
So Mama Danny says, I think that the Hounds was a human at some point in time. It just got stuck in the back rooms and got morphed from being there too long.
Well, here's a theory for you. What if said hound was made, if there was only one hound in the back rooms, but that one hound kept attacking and turning the people who got stuck in the backgrounds into their hounds itself, and they ended up
Right.
spreading across levels.
Or the virus that makes the hounds wasn't even from a hound in the first place. It could have been from something else. And it made the first hounds who were people who just got stuck here.
That's also good.
You know, public. And then once again, more things we can make videos about, right?
Yeah. That would be interesting.
Public, this is Bomb. No,
hey, what's up, public?
Bomb of Bomborama fame. And, of course, Chaotic Evil.
Of course. Really need to get back on that. I planned on bringing it back recently, but never morphed into anything.
Well, Mikey says this was animated by a 16-year-old. Yeah. So when he started the film, he was 16. I think he's about 19 now. Right? Does that make sense? Because if he started in 2019. He started making the films in 2019. I can't do math, so I'm assuming that's right. That's about right?
About right, yes.
And so, of course, I've already made it public knowledge that I actually want to make one of these films. I want to make at least one Backrooms film. Because just as like a film experiment, yeah.
That would be amazing to do.
So, look, down in the chat, we've got Mama Danny saying, I miss Chaotic Evil. It was I miss Chaotic Evil. It was rigged. Was it rigged? I don't think it was rigged.
I don't think so. Just because Danny's a sore loser doesn't mean it's rigged.
Yeah, just because you lose a lot, Danny, does not mean that it was rigged.
Just because you're the first and only contestant to ever get negative points.
So check this out. So in the pool rooms, which is like totally crazy, infinite crazy pool rooms exist somewhere in the back rooms. You just have to find them. Like any level, you have to find them, right?
Yes. Per se, level 0, the only way you exit out of it is no clipping once again to level 1. Or you can keep walking and walking and walking where you eventually find a room with files on the back rooms made by who nobody knows. And you immediately no clip once again to level 1 or 2.
And so yeah, and so basically people start doing films and stories about different levels and how to survive, and apparently there's humans who have factions in the back rooms. There are kids who apparently want to go to the back rooms. I think it's the equivalent of like a little kid who wants to run away from home.
Pretty much.
They're like, I'll show you. I'm going to disappear from reality, and then that'll teach my parents.
And everybody hears just a random thud, and like, why'd you jump off the bed? I was trying to get to the back rooms.
And so what I like about this particular one right here is that like it's not about an entity. It's just about like getting lost in a friggin' getting lost in a building that you can't get out of. It's got to be the most frightening thing ever.
Oh, one of them easily.
I love it that Lamikey says, "What are we doing with our lives?" Is it? I think Lamikey is impressed with how young the director is.
I've personally done nothing, and this man is easily putting me to shame. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, he's inspiring me, and so yeah, so I've wasted most of my life. I can start fresh, right?
We can sure as hell try.
Can certainly try, right?
I'll drink to that.
Heck yeah, toast to that. So we've got Mama Danny talking about chaotic evil. There's chaotic evil. Bomb.
Yes.
I would like to extend an invitation to you to come on Rogue Planet where we do a retrospective of chaotic evil, and then you host an episode of chaotic evil here on Rogue Planet.
I would be more than willing to do that.
You'd be into it?
I would be into it.
Oh yeah, and I'm thinking of doing the same for Friend Date.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Mama Danny wants to join so that she can lose again.
Bet we'll have you, and we'll see if we can't get 2 other contestants who are on regularly.
Yeah. So yeah,
there's
Pubs.
one thing.
We're really hoping that like an actual legit video game gets made for this thing.
If I'm not mistaken, it is in production. I just don't know by who.
And actually, another thing is this isn't that innovative an idea. Like it's very possible for a video game because think about it. Video games where people are just like walking through a scary environment and you're not necessarily doing combat are popular these days.
Yeah. Look at what's that one game? It's basically you go through a World War II battlefield just walking, but you keep switching back to World War II as a soldier, but you don't fight anything. You just walk through it. And to present day, where a field of flowers has grown.
Hannah Banana, welcome in. Public Friend says, when I was 10, I got lost in Las Vegas Strip at night, and it was scary as fuck. Yo, Public, isn't that a premise of a video game? Isn't there one where like a girl is lost in some casino planet, and all the only inhabitants are robots?
I don't know, but I need to find that if it is. Shit, that sounds awesome.
It was fun for like the first half an hour, and then I started freaking out. No, I bet.
Sounds like Vegas.
Yo, should I put on some more of these? Hello, Hannah Banana. Welcome in. Public says, it was my cousin and I, and we were lost for hours. Oh, that is scary. I'm sorry. Can I also join you guys for this stream? I'm lonely. So I'm not taking any calls right now. I'm sorry, Danny, but you are definitely invited back to Rogue Planet, either for your own episode or certainly to be a contestant on Chaotic Evil. Right?
Yes. We'll get you, Danny, and we'll get 2 others. And we'll also get Mantis to sing, because that seemed to be a regular occurrence as well.
I really enjoyed that. I love that people had such faith in me that I could bring it home. Like
well, I mean, almost everybody got at least 100 or so points.
Pub says, my parents... I'm sorry, D says, Pubs, my parents would leave me in charge of my little brothers at the casino arcades. I was like 12. Oh, that is here's the thing, D. I completely understand that because I lived like I said, my family, I was raised by Haitians, and so when you're 10, it's like you go home and fend for yourself. You go home and cook dinner for yourself. Whatever it is, it's like you're always being left alone to do things that are totally inappropriate for your age. So I dig it. Let's see what other weird ones, because there's some. So what it is as you go further in Backrooms, the levels get creepier and crazier, right?
Yes, but on the other end of the spectrum, they can also get either easier and more peaceful. For instance, there is, like I said, little smiley face, which I'm not sure if it is real or not, or if it's just fan made, but it's basically Utopia. And on the other hand, you had Danny mentioned level Run for Your Life, which is hell.
Right. That one, anytime that they're really running for their lives, it does scare the hell out of me. At a hospital to watch over a family member had to stay the night, and I wandered so far into the hallways. It started looking like this. I was smart enough to turn back. Yeah, especially when you're a kid. You're right. This does remind me when you're a kid and you're like walking into an unknown area, right? Like a giant library or something. What did Hannah ask? Mantis is doing Rogue Planet again? I have never stopped doing Rogue Planet. I will say occasionally I do take a week off because content is light nowadays. But I
Yeah,
still
can we give props to Mantis real quick? Hold the fuck up. A whole app died on his ass, and he's like, "Nah, let's just switch the apps a couple more times, and we'll keep this shit going."
thank you. Yeah. Yo, Bomb,
Props
you
to you.
you are a scholar and a gentleman. That means a lot to me to hear that because it is hard. It is hard. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not doing my thing, and maybe I'm just a stubborn sob.
I mean, shit, that's the best type of people.
I just want to be there when the Spoon Amp officially closes its doors and goes out of business, so I can laugh in their faces.
That would be amazing. I will let you know if that happens. I still host drawing streams there eventually. I mean,
oh God, look at that! Like bunny skulls in the wall.
That's what it looks like.
So this is just one video of the suspected backroom, or there are more alternate versions. There are so many alternate versions. Like we could go hours for the different ones. People will do backrooms. Like they usually start in the yellow room, and then they show them going, and they find a different segment of it, and the surroundings will change.
If you go to the official Backrooms wiki page, you can see every official description of every room, how to get there, how to get out, where you get there from, etc., etc. And that's the official everything you need to know about it. But people do make alternate versions, especially of said level 0.
So Matt, and there's all these different stories about it. That's a good question. And so one particular story is it's a group of scientists, and they're all in hazmat suits, and you just follow them and their exploits. And at one point, they meet another kid, and they're like, "How did you get here, little kid?" And they're trying to get the kid out, but they themselves get lost. And people are all making so it's this collaborate community of people just making videos off of each other, ideas and stuff off of each other. It's pretty out there. I hope there's an entity in this one. I realize that I've been giving.
And as mentioned, as Mantis said, there is so many creators making versions of the Backrooms. You have the people animating like Kane Pixels does, animating Backrooms found footage. But you also have the creators explaining what said footage means, like Brugly, for example.
Right.
And they all come together and create, well, what it is today. You can't really go anywhere without finding something about the Backrooms.
I now realize my parents were addicted to the slots. I'm so sorry, D.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Yeah, it's not the slots my parents addicted to, but other shit. So.
Well, that. I'll drink to that.
Yeah, I have a lot of homework after the stream. Yeah, Matt, you got to do it. You know why? I really do think that we are currently in the trendsetter age of this, because this phenomenon has only been like, so the first movie was released like 5 months ago, and it has blown up. Yeah, like I said, people are just dedicating all sorts of time and energy to these movies and stuff, and to its wiki and to its like thing, and so I just have a feeling that it'll get played eventually, but right now we're in the fun part of it. And like I said, I want to make one. I want to make a movie starring Bomb.
That would be fun to show.
Hold Up TV, welcome in. I would just sit down, smoke a blunt, and relax if it were me. I actually wonder that. How many people would get stuck in the back room and they just sit down and chill?
Would you be able to, considering you just fell through some surface? That's the question.
So here's the whole thing. There's an implied concept that this is a game, and you can win this game by hitting the end, right? I am egotistical enough to say I'm going to be the one guy who makes it out of the back rooms. And so I wouldn't sit. I'd jump forward. And you know what? When an entity comes out, I'd confront the entities.
Well, they do say there are weapons you can kill them with.
Yeah, no, there are some entities when I see them in the video, I'm like, I would punch shit out of that creature.
Well, lucky for you, you can find them. You can find weapons on level 1, and there's no entities on level 0, so you're safe as long as you don't go insane. Then
where do
again, insanity would probably help you.
where do people find these places? Are these rooms CGI? Yes, they are CGI. So that's the trick to making the video.
Oh yeah, you look at this, you don't think it's CGI. This is all 100% animated.
Yeah, yeah. And so there are a few times like there's some, obviously because it's done by different creators. Some creators are like really bad animators, and you can kind of tell halfway through that you're like, wait a minute, this is digital. Like I don't even believe that's a carpet. Like what the that video's nuts, man. Danny wants me to put on the Run for Your Life.
Oh.
I'll put it on in just one sec. I want to see the end of this one. Oh, and doors in the back room are always lead to something scary, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, I remember there's one that's like so creepy. They're in the yellow wallpaper section, like level 0. And there's a part where there's like a dark room, but the person has a flashlight and they go in there, and the walls are painted like outdoors, but it's a painting. And they look around and they just see all this old school tools, like that, like the pilgrims would use, like to churn butter and like.
Oh yes. This, if I'm not mistaken, is not a sub level, a negative level. Negative level 3 of the Backrooms.
Oh, okay. And so the implication is that people from the ancient times used to at least live there, or have been banished there before.
Yes, because if you go outside of that said room, you can look up and see every 10 minutes World War II flight bombers.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And they're not real per se. They're real. You hear them, you see them. They even drop their bombs, but there is no impact.
So this is fulfilling my belief that this is hell.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Even so, here's what I'm saying. Even the blissful levels.
And hear me out. If you end, there's reincarnation.
Wait, there's a reincarnation story?
Well, no. Hear me out. Like, this is just a theory. But if you do somehow get out, that could be reincarnation.
Oh.
This is hell. That would be reincarnation. Or maybe heaven.
See, if I was in the back rooms, I would not want my prize to be heaven. I would want to be back on Earth. I want my life back. JV, welcome into the stream. We're just going over the awesomeness that is the back rooms, and we're discussing theories and ideas. Do you know Alan Resnick? I do not know Alan Resnick, Pubs. I sent you one. Okay. I would definitely take a nap for a while in the back rooms. Okay.
I would hope I go with a drink in my hands. All I gotta say.
Okay, so I'm gonna put on the Run for Your Life. Yeah, so there are entities in it, and oftentimes the cameramen have to run for their lives, or oh damn. See, this is a well done one. It really does look real. How often do these videos get posted? I don't know. It depends on the creator, because like I said, it's like the whole it's like here's another kind of Run for Your Life. It's so all the different creators are different. Everyone's doing different things. No one's on the same page, which is what makes it kind of fun. Yeah,
there is official page and everything to it, but seeing what these people make is, even if it bends a bit, is absolutely possibly terrifying.
AJ says, yeah, the community keeps it running. Yeah, but no one has to check with each other about what kind of video they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I find it interesting. I kind of just want to make my own rendition of Backrooms. I don't want to get like caught up in it and make a video every week like some people. But I would like to see if just tests. It's almost it's a subgenre of horror. that I think would just be fun to do. Found footage is like the cheapest type of. See, this is creepy. You enter a room and there's just a balloon.
That's suddenly being pulled through the ceiling.
That's even creepier. Okay, I'm out. It just no clipped. It went. Franker Z100.
Pennywise, the dancing clown.
But honestly, found footage is a super. It's cheap, both as in it's not classy, it's not sophisticated, but also it's a cheap way to make a film. But still,
Oh shit.
So anyway, I know that I'm totally dorking out on this whole thing, and I probably watch a couple a day. And on Sunday, I must have watched like 20 different videos because it's new to me.
I do not blame you in the slightest. I've done the same almost every day for the past 2 weeks now.
So Matt, I would say the most sophisticated of them is the young dude who started this sensation, Kane Pixels, and I hope to God he gets work.
He better. He's still in college. Imagine what he can do when he graduates.
Yeah,
This guy probably stole the professor's job.
yeah. I mean, he certainly deserves it. It would be pretty cool if they did get work. Like Shamuk. You know Shamuk?
I don't believe I do.
So, you know how Star Wars at the end of Mandalorian, or should I say Mandalorian 2, they had Luke Skywalker come on, and he looked kind of fake, right? He looked like weird.
Yeah.
And so there's deep fake technology where they like make a digital mask of someone and they put it on there. Shamuk was a YouTuber who every time someone professional would do bad CGI, he would one up them. Like he'd be like, "Here's a better Grand Moff Tarkin than what you have." You know what I mean? And so check this out. Jon Favreau from The Mandalorian producer hired him to keep doing
Really?
Luke Skywalker. Yeah. And I'm saying that's what's up, man. I'm trying to think. What is a good one? See, this one right here I'm about to put on, this one has an entity that I would slap the shit out of this entity.
Oh god.
Like there's no way this entity would be able to kill me.
I would no clip into the back rooms and bring people with me just to bet on that fight. I got 20 on man. What y'all got? Let's go.
Because like this one has when you finally get to see the entity that's harassing the guy, I'm like, oh, I could take that thing. Is it weird that my church I used to attend looks like a back room? It all makes sense. It does make sense.
Now that I think about it, my church did too. Wait, hold the fuck up.
And remember, guys, I'm not making a general statement about all churches. I'm just saying some churches
Have that ugly ass yellow wallpaper or something near it.
Yellow wallpaper, and their pastors seem like they are entities from the back rooms. Right? Like wait, let me see if I can skip to the said creature. Because when he sees the creature finally. Oh yeah, here it is. But yo, guys, this is I'm basically giving a commercial here. This entire episode is a commercial for
Pretty much.
Yeah, we're basically but we're also just enjoying our fandom, and that's what Rogue Planet celebrates, right?
There you go.
And I just felt like I'm having so much fun here. I want more people to embrace it as well.
As more people should. Well, it's still good and does not have a bad rap.
AJ says he's sponsored. Yeah.
Sponsored by Kane Pixel, who probably
yeah,
got
right.
Money.
So check this out. Watch this right here. This is one that this offended me.
Oh god, I can't wait to see this one.
Huh. So, look, it's turning around. You see it? It's one of those things from the freaking car, from the car
Oh,
lots with the yellow dudes who are dancing in the wind.
imagine getting chased like, ooh, used cars for sale.
Yeah,
Come get
right.
your
If one of
Buick,
those things
bitch.
came, there is no way I'm gonna run away from it, unless it has like a flamethrower or a machete in his hand. You
I'm
know,
gonna go. Yeah, I'm not running away from that shit. I'm gonna go get me a used Toyota Corolla.
and like because I have the sound. I love this how specific that was. What's funny is while he's in there, it keeps banging on the door. It keeps banging on the door. I would have just opened the door and greeted it in combat.
How would it bang on a door with its hands like that?
I mean, I don't know. It's like some sort of I don't know. I don't think the laws of physics apply to the backrooms, right?
Fair enough. There is one episode where you just age a year every 5 minutes.
Wait, is there?
Yes.
Do you know what that
People.
one's called?
I don't actually. Uh. Oh yeah, no, it's just called Ashes to Ashes. I'm not sure the number, but basically, when you die, which is usually around 85 in said level, you just turn to ash, and it's basically a house with a couple doors and an upstairs and everything. No real entities, but um, there's an ash on the ground, and the ash is well other human beings. And the way you get out is simple. Just go upstairs. There's a mirror in the bathroom. Wipe the ash off. You're fine.
Hey, Izzy, what up? Yo, Izzy, I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. I hope you're living that dream. And yeah, we're doing backrooms right now. Mama Danny says, sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Yes.
Sponsored by Raycon earbuds.
It's funny. As soon as you get a Raid Shadow Legend contract, you have made it in the YouTube world.
Exactly.
This is another Run for Your Life episode. Let's see. This is not the best animator.
No.
This definitely looks like it's just.
Looks like it's in VR. Looks like a cheap VR game.
Yo, so that this has been the Backrooms discussion. Did you have any other thoughts about it?
If I go to the back rooms, I am turning into Rambo. I'm getting a gun, shooting the place up.
So Matt says, what is your guys' favorite personal favorite back room?
Ooh. I'll have to think. Mantis, I'll let you go first on this one.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one because I think that the thing that gets me from the main concept is just the idea that you wink out and you're trapped in this crazy building. I don't. Yo, one of the in terms of movies. So I don't know if this is the best, but I found it so funny. It's called Backrooms Death Wall.
Death Wall.
Yes. And so I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but if you put right in, yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. The one that bombs Doppelganger stars in Pitfalls. I like that one.
Yes, that was amazing. I don't remember the number. One that sticks out to me is basically set in a retro 80s arcade. You are confronted by an entity that is known as the Game Master, who constantly cheats you into playing games and cheats at said games, and you have to catch her cheating or beat said game to escape. Kind of fun, just level. Creepy as shit, but fun.
But yo, Matt, I would say go if you want the quality, like the best quality in terms of like things. In my personal opinion, the original creator, Kane Pixels, his YouTube channel, he has 10 episodes there. Watch them in order, like watch the oldest first, like go through the playlist. I find him to be the best of the movie creators because he's actually trying to do a horror movie just in chapters. You know what I mean? And I think it's really well done.
It really is, though, and it tells a story even throughout said episodes.
Right, because if you go to other ones, some of them don't. Some of them will do backrooms like stuff, but it won't be connected to anything. There's no ongoing story. It's just watching people freak out in the backrooms. But if you watch King Pixels, there is a story being told in the format of found footage.
Like the one we were discussing, Pitfalls. The whole thing is a man drops in a pitfall
Yeah, he falls
into
into
another
a
level,
hole.
and they have to rescue him while he goes exploring, trying to save someone else.
Yeah. When did he says be right back? But look, I'm already caught up in watching this right here. Something I could do. So once again, this is like SCP, where it's like popcorn that you can just devour over and over and over again, right?
Exactly. And
And
there's so much content, so much different content as well. You'll never really get tired of it.
yeah, please, yeah. Matt says he just subbed, right? Laney, when did you get here? I did not know that Laney was up in this piece. Hello, Laney. How are you doing today? So, Bomb, do you have a channel?
I do. You can follow me everywhere, mainly on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter is where I'm most active. Bombo_media.
Yo, do you want to put some of your links into the chat for people to find out? Check
I
you
will
out.
put my name because I do not have any links right on me.
Mantis, have you checked out the Volgun before? That's lots of good ones for SCPs. I gotta check it out. Volgun? I'll definitely check that out. And actually, you know what's funny? I just saw today on infographics they did a what if they took SCP 682 and put him in the backrooms, and they had a whole story about what would happen.
Would he be an entity or would he be someone who clipped in?
So they basically, the concept is that the Institute Foundation forces him in there to get rid of him, right? And then once he's there, he just starts killing all the other entities like they're nothing. Because 682 is the unkillable lizard.
Yeah.
So it's funny how these fandoms are going, because like it's all fueled off of fan fiction, right?
Oh yeah.
And
whether it be off 4chan or Reddit or anything else, to be honest.
Right.
It's the fans who made this, not fucking Paramount or EA.
Yes. Yo, I promise you, if they ever make a movie, it's going to suck.
It really is, though.
Every time they make a movie of stuff, they end up messing it all up.
It feels like everybody wants it, but everybody knows it's going to suck.
It's like the Slender Man movie.
Oh, God.
Really that pooch, right?
They really did, though.
They took that poor pooch's virginity, man. It was
they really did, though.
They got that pooch drunk and just, it was horrible what they did.
There was something in the pooch's drink.
Yeah, there's definitely something in the pooch's drink.
It was terrible. And you know it's going to be the same. Okay, unless, like, say, it's in a similar fashion to King Pixels videos, but in a full-length feature movie. I feel like that could have some good in it.
I mean, they'd have to have a genius do it, but you know what? Another problem with those, when they hire geniuses to make these movies, a lot of them think they're better than the source material.
That is true. Halo.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone? And so there's going to be someone who sits there like, does level 0 have to be yellow?
Oh God.
And then he's just like, can this be a romance? Maybe he falls in love with one of the entities. That kind of crazy shit.
I guarantee you there is fan fiction of that somewhere, and if there's not, Danny's about to write it.
Danny, Danny, do we have you on that one? Are you willing to write that fan fiction for us? Because we would all read it.
Please I would read it. I would share that shit. That would just be awesome.
Yeah. So, Bomb, you are Bomb Media on Twitch. What else are you on? What's your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel is still Bomborama, BOMBORAMA.
Yeah, throw that down there for the nice people.
Actually, that's a good idea. Everyone pronounces it wrong. I ended up changing it to Bomb just for Spoon and Twitch.
Wait, so it's not Bomborama?
It's on Bomborama on YouTube, but I just shorten it everywhere else.
Because people can't pronounce Bomarama.
Nope, people cannot pronounce it.
That's madness.
I had people calling me the Dalai Lama before because they could not pronounce my
No,
name.
they say Ba Dalai Lama. Ba Dama.
A good friend of mine still knows me as Dolly because of that shit.
Oh my god, that's like the most important. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that was my bad right there. But any final thoughts before we head out?
Make sure you follow me and follow the Great Mantis here.
The
And
Great Mantis. I love hearing that.
that's your name for a week. I'm just saying.
I'll take it. I'll be the Great Mantis. Maybe I should change my name instead of Fat Mantis. I'll be like the Great Mantis.
You got to put a king on the mantis, though. I mean, a crown.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I love that, guys. But there you have it. There you have it. That is our episode of Rogue Planet for the week. Please, guys, please fan and follow Bomberama. Also, Bomb, you also do TikToks, don't you?
Yes, I do actually. Once again, it is Bombo Media. Honestly, thank you for reminding me of that. I haven't done that in months.
If you want to go into my Discord and just light it up with promoting yourself, please do, so the nice people can find you. And also, guys, later on this month, we are going to do the retrospective and return of both Friend Date and Chaotic Evil. So there's going to be a different episode for each one of those. So that's Bomb's definitely going to be there for those.
Yes.
Right. This has been an awesome time. I'm glad I got somebody to talk about the back rooms with me.
Same.
I was talking to my cat about it. And my cat's just not into it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my dog fell asleep at it.
He's just like, he looks at me. He's just like, bro, mellow out. Because if a dog or a cat went to the back rooms, they'd be totally fine.
They'd be totally fine or totally fucked.
I think a cat would befriend the entities and it would just like hang out. The entities probably couldn't catch it, right? It'd be hiding in the cracks and stuff.
And a dog would probably either befriend it or bite
or
it.
get eaten or something, right?
Yeah. My Napoleonic complex ass dog would be eaten.
Oh, poor thing. But thank you for stopping in. Guys, this has been an amazing episode, an amazing Wednesday. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Give us a follow, a subscription, or whatever nice thing you could do on whatever app you're listening to this. Remember to spay and neuter your dog, and remember to keep tuning in to Voice of the Fat Mantis for more episodes of Rogue Planet, reviews, interviews, and all the nerd news that is fit to print. Until next time, ciao from motherfucking now.